Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my personal fleet carrier, Beta 2, my second look. Well, if you ever wanted a fleet carrier, this is your day. There is a blowout sale going on right now. As of the time, it is May the 21st, 1512 UTC. As of May the 21st, 10 UTC, you could buy a fleet carrier for 1 million credits. It's regular 5 billion. The services, all the carrier services, just during the rest of the beta through the 26th of May, is 100 credits per service. So you can purchase all of them. Put all of your ships on board the fleet carrier, put all of your modules in the outfitting today through the 26th, and it does not affect your live account. Completely separate. So what you do in beta will stay in beta. What you spend in beta or liquidate, so you have extra money for tritium fuel, stays in beta. So this is your day to go out and purchase a fleet carrier. But if your schedule doesn't provide for that, but you can watch videos, you can watch my fleet carrier. What a deal. Okay, well, we need to get out to sys left. Let's check. Sys left. Sys left. Come on. Sometimes it's just so terrible. And that's voice attack. That has nothing to do with Elite Dangerous. So I've got issues with a lot of things. Okay. We did 11A. Now we need to do 11F. That's where we're going. But be sure to look to the lower right hand corner of the video and press that subscribe button if you haven't already pressed it. And if you're not already a subscriber, it doesn't cost you anything. You get notified when I produce more videos, and eventually it'll help me with YouTube.
Ship released. Move clear of the landing pad.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, well, we're getting out to A11F.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And if you would, look underneath the video into the description toward the bottom. You see ways to donate. We've had a pretty rough financial year, and we need some financial help with the YouTube channel. So if you could donate, that would be awesome. It would really help us out. The storage costs are really high to try to store all these videos. So over 700 of them, and the raw video, because not every recording makes it to YouTube. We pick out videos we think you would enjoy based on the viewer counts that we get, and I record constantly. Every time I'm in the ship or on the planet or in the fleet carrier, it's recording. So, and that's very expensive to hang on to all those recordings in high def. So if you would help us there, and underneath the video to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel, where you'll find over 700 videos created just since January 2020, or 3306 if you prefer. So they're less than 4.5 months old, most of them, or almost all of them. So, and I've just taken you with me, so everything I've done. So just go through the playlist and find things that sound interesting. They all seem to be interesting to me, because it's what I would normally do. And in our live account, we're up to 12 billion credits. I make 99.9% of all my credits and the assets that I have purchased through cargo missions from Sothis Mining in Sothis to Ceos. So be sure to watch the Prepare for Fleet Carrier videos that we have. It'll show you how we do that. And you get to see firsthand exactly what I do to make those credits and the interdictions I go through. I've got several videos, if you search my YouTube channel, on 7 interdictions. So just put in interdiction and you will see many interdiction videos. And we will be material gathering while we're here on this planet. If you go back and look at the system map, the recording of that, you'll see that this had a little blue ring around it, and that's what tells us we can actually land on it. The first moon of this series had one, and this last one has one. The ones in the middle do not. So we cannot land on those. We will be looking for a brighter side to land on, so we don't have to use night vision. It's easier for both of us to see, for you to see the video of what's going on and for me to see while I'm piloting the SRV. We have 4 cutters and we have 4 pythons, and they're all decked out, one of each for cargo, one of each for travel, one of each for planetary exploration, and one of each of asteroid mining. That's our support ships, since Frontier pulled the plug on the support ships for the fleet carrier. We have to create our own support ships, and that's what we have done. So we have 9 ships, the original Sidewinder, and I have maxed the I believe I have maxed the engineering modules, and after in June we'll make sure we'll go around to every engineer in the fleet carrier with all of our assets, and we'll max them all out. Now we'll have to do some more material gathering for all of that to happen,
Orbital flight engaged.
because we've used up most of our materials with these support ships that we have, the additional 3 cutters and the additional 3 pythons that we purchased. And modding those out. We look for terrain differences and texture differences to pick a spot. We're about to come out of Super Cruise. Dropping out now. We do look for a smoother area to land, so it's not too tough on the ship to find a spot. And we do a look around of all of our planetary exploration trips. But every day we go, we get one day closer to having the fleet carrier for good in our live account. I'm looking forward to that. I've been keeping notes over Beta 1 and Beta 2. And I found out it's not a good idea to buy 16,000 tons of tritium on the first day. You'll spend about 20% too much if you do that. After about 3 or 4 days, the price goes down, so we'll adjust when it goes live. Sys landing. So we'll see if we can find a spot.
Landing gear deployed.
It's kind of hard to tell from this elevation of the terrain, but as we get lower, and it'll come up on our bottom sensor. But we'll find something. I wish there was an auto landing on planets. That would be really nice, because the ship can always find a spot. So just let it find a spot. Looks like we're on the side of the mountain. Is this alternate? We have to feather our descent, or you might slam into the planet, which I have done many times. I do have very good shields, and that's probably the only thing that have saved me in the past. Let's back up. I think might be a little bit better landing area behind us, but we'll see. Get down close enough where it tells us. Yeah, it's showing blue. And it tells us what the level we should be. Is this down? Deploy the SRV. This is one of my favorite things to do, is run around in the SRV.
Low gravity warning.
Is this dark? Come back over here. We have to get away from the ship before we can launch it and be up on the turret side. Like being on a hill so we can overlook the ship. Sis, ship.
Ship dismissed.
She'll go into orbit and wait for us to recall her back down. And that's a lot of fun. Okay. Those lower signals, those are raw materials, and we need lots of raw materials, especially in our live account. We don't need it as much here, but in our live account, we really need it. I do like going toward the mountains. Try to pick the best scenery. And as that signal gets tighter, it means we're getting closer. And you have to target it. And we use this materials both for the engineer when they're engineering and for synthesis. Sulfur and phosphorus is used to make fuel for your SRV. So we could pretty much stay down here indefinitely, because you could just keep gathering materials, and you could use that for fuel, for ammo, and for repair. Is this right? We go over to modules. Our repeater, or our guns, We can reload 109 times with sulfur and phosphorus. For the fuel tank, we can refuel 134 times without ever calling down the ship. And the hull, we can fix the integrity 63 times without calling down the ship. So that's pretty awesome. Now, ammo and fuel, we'd have to go back to the fleet carrier to take care of that without synthesis. Now, the integrity, as soon as you dock with the ship, the integrity goes back to 100%, so it repairs on the ship. But we don't need the ship. We can hang out down here as long as we wanted. I do try to keep it to an hour or less where we're running around, or for the full video. Now, if we found an upper signal, that would mean it's something that's manufactured by humans or aliens or by somebody. Now, we don't see as much of that in non-inhabited systems. It's very slick. We mainly find materials, which is awesome. I mean, that's fine. And in June, we're going to do a whole lot of what we're doing right now, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to use this current fleet carrier in Beta 2 the way we would use it in live. And if you look over to the left, you see phosphorus, 137 of 300. That 300 means that is a grade 1 material, and we have 137. So if we hit 300, it will max, and we'll have to use a material trader to solve that for us, so we can trade for materials we don't have as much of, or a higher grade. Hang on just one second. I have an uncalled job and I get a ring in my ear and I have to check it out. So every once in a while I'll check it out. And sometimes I have to put you on pause, and the magic of video, you don't really see much of a difference, but sometimes you might see it on the time up there might change. It might even be up to an hour or two after I started it, or the last that you saw it. Not this time, it was just a ring. I just had to check out what it was dinging about. We're running short on materials in our live account, but we want to take advantage of as much time in the Beta 2 as we can with the fleet carrier to show how we would use it. And the fleet carrier videos make good videos. For one, we get great views. Just since the Beta 1, our viewership has been up over 1,200% at times. So, yep. Pretty incredible. So we want to give the viewers what they want to see, of course. So it's based on the most views, is based on what we do and what we keep doing. And the scoop doesn't necessarily mean it's underneath the SRV. It's anywhere near the SRV. It can be the tires. it will scoop it up. Or if it's flying in the air and you kind of let it hit on top of your SRV, see, we're just near it and it picks it up. Like magnetic, just pulls it in. But materials are very important in this game, just like credits are very important in this game. So we need to gather those materials, not only for the engineers, but for synthesis, like I showed you. How we can refuel the SRV and things like that. You can even make limpets. So in your ship, go to the cargo rack under modules and click on it, just like we did with this, showing you the synthesis here. You can create limpets, 4 at a time, per the raw materials. So if you're out doing asteroid mining and you have plenty of materials, you can just keep creating limpets right there in the field, which is pretty incredible. See, we caught it on top of the SRV. That was phosphorus, and this is sulfur. That's what we use for our ammo and our fuel. Another phosphorus. Those are always good. Well, I appreciate you coming along. Be sure to press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it sure will help me eventually with YouTube. I think I have quite a few subscribers, and I appreciate every one of you. But YouTube doesn't think I have enough subscribers. They say I have to have 16 times more than I have right now before they'll help sponsor us at all. So, yeah, we need your help. Of those that haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Oh, the lights are kind of weird. Sis dark. Sis dark. Sis dark. Sis dark. Oh, it was kind of an orange color. I think I've seen that. And you do have to target it when it comes up as that gray box. And then you shoot it. And the fragments come out. And see, this is a 150. See, it's 98 of 150 for selenium. That means it's a grade 4. Now, there's not a grade 5 for raw materials like there is for manufactured and encoded. Now we're up to 104. You get about 3 per fragment. And the higher grades help you when you want to trade to a different category. Probably should turn around just in case there's something that's more intriguing, like something on the top of that sensor would be much more intriguing, because on the top of the sensor that would mean it's manufactured by somebody like a ship or a satellite or a skimmer. We like shooting skimmers. We don't like their support ships when they come attacking us afterwards, but check out my video called Under Attack, and you'll see out bounty hunting skimmers and stingers, and one of the support ships came after me. There's nowhere to hide when you're out here, you know. You're kind of out in the open. And an SRV is not really a match for a ship. And I was at least able to hold out for like 6-7 minutes, and then security forces showed up. The problem here is there's no security forces because this is an uninhabited system. But the positive thing is there's usually no support ships either for the skimmer stingers. But there's no stinger skimmers either most of the time, so, or that I recall. And make sure you catch our next video, because we're going to go out to Robingo and check the tritium prices. See, there, when we go to live, we will have sites like Inera, ZZ, and EDDB, but we don't have that right now. So we just have to go look. And let's check the time. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll take on these two, and then we'll figure out how much more we want to do before we call down the ship. That one was a little bit too far from the tires for it to pick up. Still a little bit too far. Now that tungsten is what we need in a live account. We've run out of that, and for our lightweight armor to mod it, we keep running out of tungsten. But there's only a couple of ships that are not fully maxed. We got them up to grade 4, it's not grade 5 yet. So it is fine until we get the fleet carrier. Then we'll do a lot more material gathering. So I haven't really worried about it. Our ships are pretty well modded right now, pretty nicely. But we will max them out after we get the fleet carrier into our live account. Then these videos are going to become much more important to me, because we're going to max out everything. Because we have a 500 light year jump range. Well, that's nice. And they've narrowed down the ramp up time from an hour down to 15 minutes. And they've decrease the cooldown time from an hour to 5 minutes. So that's all really nice. And you can jump within a system from one planet to another. That's really cool. But they do charge you 750,000 credits per jump just for hull maintenance. So that's a little steep. I'm also looking forward to livery. to be able to get a new paint job for our fleet carrier. And if you look at the arms on the wheel arms, it's galvanized cobalt. And if you notice the ship, it was galvanized cobalt. All my ships and my SRVs are all galvanized cobalt. So I'm hoping there's a galvanized cobalt color for the fleet carrier, because they're all the GFM corporate colors, I guess you would say. Sis ship.
Ship record.
It's a good time to call in the ship. Want to get over out of the way, because sometimes she'll try to land on you, which is not a good thing. I don't want her to land on me. So we have to get out of the way. And we're on the side of a hill too. There she is. See where she goes. She is unmanned, and we are lawless because we're in an anarchy system. There's no law. But if someone came in and blew us up, they would not get a bounty on them. You see, we have a squadron called GFMR, but my fleet carrier is open to everyone except for those that have a notorious ranking. You see our sensor now has an upper level, and we're just kind of all over the place because it's very slippery. You do any turning, kind of a mess. But you see that sensor, the ship's on the top of it instead of at the bottom of it because it's manufactured. Sis down. And then we just move up under it and we can change to board ship. And it pulls us up into the ship. Well, I do appreciate you coming along. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. Sis landing.
Landing gear retracted.
Sis left.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
Sis alternate.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Be sure to catch our next video where we run out to Robingo just to see how many fleet carriers are there. Sis left. Sis left. I want to see how many fleet carriers are here. It's only us right now. I'm kind of surprised. I really expected more fleet carriers. But I'd like to see what the fuel cost it has gone up to. Or if it's gone up. I purchased it originally for $50,000 per unit, and then after 4 days it was $40,000 a unit. So it's changed my notes to be On the first day you buy roughly 1,000. It comes with 500 tons, and I'll buy probably 1,000 tons, or maybe 2 cutter loads, which would be about 1,440. So I might purchase 2 cutter loads. We'll wait about a week, or if we're really running out, we'll go grab another 720. And as you probably have seen in my asteroid mining, I can roughly get 30 tritium units per hour. I can run cargo missions and buy about 1,000 per hour. So you weigh it on a scale, 30 or 1,000. Yeah, I think we'll do cargo missions and we'll purchase it. For the same hour of time, I can either get 30 units cargo or asteroid mining, or I can get 1,000 running cargo and take the money and go buy some. So yeah, I like the 1,000 a little bit better. So that's the way we're going to do it. But we're still going to do asteroid mining because I need to asteroid mine. I always need the practice. This game is all about practice. Everything is about practice. We need practice. Well, again, appreciate you coming along. Please subscribe. Please look into the description, find ways to donate, and please donate. No amount's too small. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page where there's over 700 more videos for you to watch. So there's plenty of content, and it's newer. It's within the last 4.5 months of the publication of this video. So be sure to watch more of our videos. And the reason we're hanging out here at the end is because the tritium hotspots are a little bit better here. I mean, there are still times we only get 20 instead of 30, but on the last one I think it was like 31 is what we got. So that's more of on our high end, which is a good thing. But it's not really about the collecting the tritium. It's more about the practice asteroid mining, because again, it's better for me to purchase it than it is to mine it, but I need the practice. Sis left. Let Super Cruise Assist take us in, and we'll dock to the RGFC. Now I might change the name, or the next one, call it the GFM, RDGFC. Yep, that might be better. I do like our GFC also, but I think we have a little more space. But either way. The L23K5N, that's what they give you. They put that on the end of it. Sis left.
Docking request accepted. A landing pad has been assigned to you, Commander. Request accepted.
And the back of the fleet carrier is fine. The middle is fine. The front end, the neck and the front end, yeah. On the livery, I'd like to change that. I've seen some images of the different front ends, and I do like to change out the front end. But the middle and the back's fine, the way it is. But I hope you get a chance to purchase a fleet carrier. It is a lot of fun. I really like it. I mean, that's why I have 12 billion credits, so I can have one and be able to support it.
Landing gear deployed.
Again, check out the next video that we do when we run out to Robigo, R-O-B-I-G-O, I believe it is, where we run out there with the Python, because we really don't need a whole lot, or we don't need any tritium. We're not going to even use up what we got, but we have about 3 billion in the beta accounts, so we're fine.
Docking complete. Ship is secure. Welcome, Commander.
So again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please consider donating, and please watch more of our videos. So until the next video, thank you for watching. Goodbye.